Friedrich William Nietzsche, German philosopher, intellectual extraordinaire, cultural critic, who lived between 1844 and 1900, once said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." In other words, he was suggesting that no matter the vicissitudes, the variations, the vexations, and even the vacancies in life, if you have a why, you can deal with almost any how. So the question begs to be asked, how do we arrive at our why? It's interesting. I think four essential things will help you arrive at your why for life, your why for existence, your why for staying engaged, your why for family, your why for career. The first is by finding what inspires you, what motivates you, what impresses you, what influences you. The second is what irritates you. It's the exact opposite of the first one. Sometimes we can find out our deepest passion by looking at the problems that exist in the world, in our environment, and in life, and ultimately address them as our mission and our cause. You can also look at what invigorates you, what allows you to have energy, rejuvenates you, galvanizes you, puts you back together again. And finally, what intellectually stimulates you. What's interesting is that there's some people, unless it's critical, unless it draws them in cognitively, they find no interest in it. Those four things, what inspires you, what irritates you, what invigorates you, what intellectually stimulates you, will help you discover your why. But it's a coin with two sides. What do you do when you find your why? It's a huge question, and one that I believe you can address in these moments that life has seemed to be thrown off of equilibrium. We are quarantined and we are sheltering in place. What can we do with that extra time that we help to unveil and reveal our why? Well, the first thing I would suggest is that once you find your why, drop the anchor. Anchor in your why. Anchor in your why. Life is filled with 1,000 distractions, and if you're not careful, you'll find yourself being a jack of all trades and not a master of any. Find your why and anchor in it. Be proud of it. Be excited about it. Celebrate it. Praise it. But most importantly, anchor in it. Whatever you anchor in, make it your conscious cause to advance. Push it forward. You have gift, talent, ability, capacity, wherewithal, insight, utility. Anchor in it and advance it. Push it as far as you can. And once you advance as far as you can, there's going to be some advice I'm going to give you. It sounds kind of crazy, but you got to do it. You got to accelerate. That means you got to step on the gas. I've watched sports teams when they seem like they've given everything they had, just minutes left on the clock. I've watched them step on the gas. Their opponents were stunned because they thought they were worn out, and yet they accelerated. No matter how far you go in life, step on the gas. The last and final thing that I want to suggest is that you achieve every day. Take what you've anchored in, take what you've advanced, take what you've accelerated in, and say to yourself, I achieved. It is good. It is good enough. This has been my inspirational moment. I'm Dr. Brian Keith Hodges.